Been a while since I reviewed the first episode, so I guess it's as good of a time as any to give you my thoughts on the second one. This is where things start to get messy. We've already been introduced to Geralt and Ciri, and now another two important characters are being brought to the screen, namely Yennefer and the witty sidekick Dandelion. Well, that would be how we would call the board if this was the game series. But here, Netflix chose to go with Dandelion's original name, so I guess Jaskier it is. As we have all major characters take center stage in the story, the timelines are getting frustratingly difficult to follow. I see what the show is trying to do, cleverly combining parts of Geralt's journey with thematically fitting sequences from Ciri and Yennefer's life is an ambitious and difficult project, and sadly, The Witcher does not entirely succeed in creating a cohesive enough narrative for mainstream audiences to follow. This show was definitely made for the fans of the source material, because otherwise you'll be confused to how perspectives get intertwined into a narrative nightmare. The second episode is focused primarily on Yennefer and her origin story. From what I've heard, her life before she became a witch wasn't really explained in the books, and for what the games are concerned, she only becomes a more prominent figure in the third one. So yeah, I was curious to see how they would handle a mysterious sorcerer like Yennefer in the Netflix adaptation. Naturally, they can take as many liberties as they want when it comes to her story arc. Therefore, I very much appreciated what is presented so far. Her being sold off to a school of Magi's, where she learns to use her talents while also dealing with her anxieties and insecurities. It was a decent enough origin story. Nothing special or innovative, but still thematic and clever nonetheless. Here is also established that not only is Yennefer having doubts about her appearance, but she's also afraid that people are gonna despise her because of her personality as well. This is a nice little hint at her character development, as she soon will discover that her arrogance and the superficial way she has handled others will eventually hurt her life and be yet another obstacle in making meaningful connections. Speaking of which, she meets this dude that hangs out in the cave right next to the academy. He and Yennefer develop a genuine relationship. They actually formed a bond together. This all happened while Yennefer is still crippled, which means that he actually appreciated her for who she was inside, rather than her appearance. One more character to mention from Yennefer's perspective is Tissaia de Vries. She's the headmaster and the mentor figure. At first she is cold, distant, and very harsh with Yennefer, but after she proves her magical abilities and reaches the full extent of her potential, Tissaia starts to respect her for the determination and ruthlessness she has shown to possess. I like Tissaia. She's kinda evil and selfish, but she's so hot. I mean guys, Yennefer, Triss, or Renfri aren't even close to her level. Tissaia commands respect with her presence and has such an imposing stature that all I can do is admire her iron will and power. Ciri doesn't do much for these episodes. She gets a new companion, but otherwise she's stuck wandering through the woods. When it comes to Geralt, the story gets interesting again. He meets Jaskier for the first time. Even though Henry Cavill is giving his best to portray Geralt of Rivia, it is Jaskier that gets the best performance in the whole show. He was perfectly cast, in my opinion. Joey Batey, sorry for mispronunciation, was amazing in his role. Overall, Geralt and Jaskier really work well with each other. This kind of turned into a buddy cop movie. One is serious and deadly, while the other is the comedic relief. But still the humor really works when Jaskier is on the screen. And that is the best compliment for the show that I can give.
Come here.
Yeah.
Also, the song Just According to Your Witcher is one of the better soundtracks for any media out there.